that have us all talking.
We're joined by Susie Falk from the Falk Group Public Relations, plus Jeff Wagner is back. Parents of an Aurora, Colorado shooting victim are suing 4 online retailers for negligence. The websites sold James Holmes ammunition, body armor, tear gas, and other equipment. Holmes is accused of opening fire in a packed movie theater in July of 2012, killing 13 people and injuring 70 others. Should those online retailers be held accountable?
Well, I mean, this lawsuit is more about, I think, politics than anything else. I don't think it has any merit. I don't think it has any basis to succeed, because federal law is pretty clear that as long as you're providing a legal product, and they were, it's a situation where you can't be held liable. So this doesn't go anywhere. Having said that, it does raise an interesting question. There are rules that we have on banks. When somebody comes in with large amounts of currency, they are required to report it. Maybe the question is, if somebody orders 50,000 rounds of ammunition, should the dealer have to report it to ATF, and should they be able to take that information, and what do they do with it?
Well, that's right, and I think some of these online retailers, they need to be held somewhat accountable. If I visited one of the online shops where this guy bought his munitions, and they pride themselves on being able to expedite delivery of large rounds of munitions like overnight. So if you're not thinking clearly and you're feeling passionate that you want to kill somebody, I just think maybe a waiting period. I don't know what the right answer is, but this website was very much, you can have it tomorrow, next day, 100 rounds, 1,000 rounds if you want, whatever, big magazine loads.
But at the same time, Susie, I mean, the reality is for lots of people who are firearm enthusiasts and who do a lot of shooting, they buy ammunition in bulk.
What about a body armor enthusiast? I mean, you have to be a legitimate law enforcement source to buy body armor from certain people.
Well, I mean, it's illegal. You can. I mean, you and I could go, I believe, and buy body armor. I mean, I think that's a legal thing.
They're going to ask questions. I mean, I've looked into that, given the work we do. And anyway, we'll take that time.
Paranoid people out there, maybe they should have body armor for going out there with rounds and rounds of munitions. Right. Really at our disposal.
I guess the question is, I mean, my question is, I mean, obviously, you ask somebody a question, okay, why have you just ordered 5,000 rounds of ammunition? And the answer is going to be, well, I mean, I shoot a lot. I take my friends out shooting. We get a better deal if we buy in bulk. I mean, I guess my question is, where do you go? What is the next step? Do you say that people shouldn't be able to buy large quantities of ammunition?
Well, actually, I would say yes, because if you look at all of the mass shootings throughout the country in the last 10 years, the mass shooters all have bought large magazines full of 30 or more rounds, and there's no reason you need 30 or more rounds of bullets in your magazine. You just don't.
We're out of time on topic 1 there.
Susie Falk, for all the firearms enthusiasts.
Coming up next, we reveal the viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Michael Fish is back with another look at your forecast. Hot and our viewer's choice topic of the day.
Again, we're joined by Susie Falk and Jeff Wagner from 620 WTMJ. Viewer's choice topic, it's a rivalry that may soon come to an end. West Bend's West and East high schools considering merging into one area high school. The thing is, the 2 schools are in the same building. Some parents do want to keep them separate. Should the high schools merge? I mean, the students mingle.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea of a rivalry, and I think that's a lot of fun, but I think the kids should embrace merging and understand that they're going to be, I think, the biggest high school in the state, which means they'll have a formidable football team, a formidable baseball team. I mean, they'll probably, beat a lot of schools out there. So it might, get rid of that sort of cool us versus them thing, but ultimately I think it'd be a lot of fun for those kids.
Well, here's what's crazy about the whole thing. You would think West Bend East and West Bend West, even though they share a high school, that the people that go to West Bend West would live on the west side of West Bend, and the people who go to East would live on the east side. No, it's based entirely on the birth date of the oldest sibling. So if the oldest sibling was born on an even day, you go to East or whatever, or West. So you have a situation where you might have 5 families in a neighborhood. 3 of the families go to West Bend East, 2 go to West Bend West. It's a completely insane system. Now, having said all that, from a money perspective, they argue that there's more opportunity to participate in sports programs because you got 2 football teams, you got 2 forensic teams. I think it's a dollar and cents thing. You got to
Sure it
figure
is.
out where's the cost, but it's crazy.
Well, I was shocked to hear they had 2 high schools. I was just up there for another purpose, and I'm like, wait, West Bend has 2 high schools? I didn't think it was that big of a community, but.
Jeff,
Yes?
as a former kid who did it, props to you for pointing out the forensics team.
Oh,
I did forensics too.
well, yeah.
That's
see,
why we're here.
well, exactly. And as a matter of fact, see, they've merged. This is the other thing. They've merged. Like the music, they didn't have enough kids in each of the schools for band. So it's a merged band program. But the only ones that are separate, like the sports programs and forensics, I guess, are still
All right.
forensics. Go forensics.
We're out of time. The What's Hot discussion will continue online, though. Find it at tmj4.com/hot.
This is